but you'll have them. Tickets, info, all that at livenation.com. Okay, 2 for Fall Out Boy here. Good luck. Caller 10. These are yours. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Fully intending to claim the title, Mistake by the Lake, for ourselves.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
About a teacher who, Pedro Pascal plays a teacher who's trying to keep up with being made a hot teacher by all of his classmates, or his students rather, not his classmates. And one of the Sleep Token songs, that one called Chokehold, has blown up on TikTok. So they kind of made an aside. I was curious how many people got that reference. But it was a very good episode of SNL this weekend. And I think the ratings reflected that. I'll have another shot for you to grab some money here, about 5 minutes from that next keyword to go fund yourself. You get $1,000 every single time you hear one of those. Cavs play tonight in D.C. against the Wizards, coming off a big win in Indianapolis against the Pacers last night. 7 o'clock. So pregame at 6:30 here on MMS. Before we get out of here, I will have Monster Jam tickets for you, about a half an hour away from those. Got a 4-pack to get to that at the Romo Fijo end of the month. And if you have your little heart set on seeing Robert Plant and Allison Krauss, I'll do those about an hour from now. They're playing Blossom into June. Bill in Lakewood, hello.
Hey, Al. Hate the show.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. The first fallout from the Chinese balloon traveling across the USA conspiracy is my Discover card strangely went down about an hour and a half ago. So
mine got maxed out.
Unbelievable.
Thanks, China.
You know, I checked. I have plenty of room on that, but you get the look of shame from the clerks, like, "Oh, right, like you have room on your card."
Oh, right, because they don't know that the network is down. I see.
That China took out his Discover card.
Well, there are a lot of places. There are some places that don't even take Discover. It's like when I found out that. Oh God, where were we? I found out that Costco doesn't take MasterCard or something like that. Like
I think Costco just takes Visa.
Yeah, I had
like
to.
Amex or something.
This is like last summer. We were at a Costco in northern Michigan, loading up because we were doing the weekend with my wife's friends at this cabin, and so we're loading up. I got like $250 in stuff at Costco, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't take MasterCard." I'm like, "All right, I'll pull another card."
For years, if you
you
went
guys
to
should
Mark's,
post that.
For years, if you went to Mark's, the only thing you could pay with cash or Discover card.
Cash, check, or Discover.
Right.
Yeah. Check, yes,
that I
cash,
remember.
check,
I had to get
Discover card,
told that when I first moved here, but
Thanks.
yeah. But you worked it all out, Bill? Did you work it all out?
Thank you for bringing. Oh, me? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm thanking Bill because he's the only one that remembers that Mark's you could only use your Discover card. So I've had one ever since. So I still can't get through. So information for your listeners.
Right.
Don't even try to use your Discover card. And the outage map follows roughly the flight of the balloon.
Oh, I see.
No.
I see what's going on.
Then it just came out that the balloon was rigged to blow up with 200 tons of whatever. So, what better way to get back at Americans is make us more frustrated when
you thought you had all those rewards points stacked up. No more. Nope.
They probably got my rewards points too.
That's right.
This is not good.
Thanks, Obama. All right.
Right.
Thank you, Bill. There's Bill in Lakewood who is finding out the hard way that, of course, them blowing up that Chinese spy balloon has messed with his Discover card. I like the York County Sheriff's Department in South Carolina had to tweet out to people in their county, please do not shoot at the balloon. All more responsible gun owners there in South Carolina. Please
responsible Americans.
Please don't shoot the balloon. It's too high up. your rounds will not reach it, and those bullets will still come down.
It hurts people.
Yes, they come. Whatever goes up has to come down. Please do not shoot at the spy balloon unless you're doing it with a camera. Somebody responded to that tweet by saying they used to live near the Brooklyn Bridge, and they heard a .45 slug come down vertically through a skylight because somebody had fired a gun into the air. And nobody ever thinks about where it's going to land because you don't know where it's going to land. But it is remarkable that these local constables have to tweet this out. Hey, guys, we know who our constituents are. Please don't fire your rifle at the, as patriotic as your intentions might be, please don't do that. I got $1,000 here for you, as promised. It's a chance to go fund yourself. So listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword money at WMMS.com. That's money. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Alan, I hadn't seen my doctor in 5 years, and I had an appointment today. And in that 5 years, they transitioned from male to female. And I don't know why, but I found that extremely attractive. I'm a straight man, and now I'm really questioning things. Well, that's the concern, right? That's the concern that some people have, that they might find their formerly male doctor hot now because
Oh, that's a woman making a good check.
Yeah, does your paycheck go up, by the way, when you think
No,
that's
not
the
that way, because
not
that-
like
It
that?
goes down. You
Yeah.
lose 30%.
Oh, right. Yeah, it goes down. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, does it go down? Do they tell you that? Do they warn you of that?
That's how you know that's how they truly feel about it. They're like, I'll take a 30%
That's how they show
pay
they're
cut.
really being. Yeah.
Oh, that's the test.
Yeah.
All right. Well, something to consider. You can leave us messages, by the way, if you listen on the app, on the iHeartRadio app.
Alan, you guys talk about Tom Brady retiring. I cannot believe you guys missed the opportunity to talk about how Tom Brady could bring back the Brady Bunch. Him and a bunch of hotties running around L.A. or wherever the hell he is. That'd be pretty funny. All right, hate the show. Bye.
Gee, how did we miss that?
I don't know.
How did we possibly miss Tom Brady?
Gonna have to have another
Show meeting.
where we talk about how we missed this obviously hilarious.
How did you miss Tom Brady reforming the Brady Bunch?
It's only been
I was trying to get my daughter to get into an X-Men movie over the weekend, and she was almost there.
which one?
Well, arguably one of the worst ones, X-Men Armageddon, where they have Oscar Isaac under all this makeup.
That's not what it's called.
What's it called? X-Men?
The Apocalypse.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's Apocalypse,
Yeah.
right? X-Men Apocalypse. I'm clicking around.
Armageddon. Just
Bruce Willis was
and Ben
Cyclops. Yeah,
Affleck,
that's right. Steve Buscemi is Wolverine.
Yeah.
No, Apocalypse. Yeah, you're right. And Oscar Isaac under all the makeup, and it was just not great.
It's not a good.
And by the way, I am always when it comes to casting, I am still a team Kelsey Grammer when it comes to playing Beast. I don't care what you think.
You don't like the Nick Holt Beast, the baby Beast?
Please. Well, they're playing younger, so I get it.
Yeah.
But when they were older,
No, Kelsey
they
Grammer was a perfect cast.
fantastic. Anywho, so this is on, and we kind of get. I'm explaining to her who everybody is and what it is, and because she wants nothing to do with sci-fi or Disney Plus is all the Star Wars and all the Marvel, and that interests her 0%. So, like everyone else on Disney Plus, mostly watching The Simpsons. But I have made it very clear to her that, honey, I would love you more if you like Star Wars movies.
Show her Deadpool.
And I think she took it, Deadpool. I think she took it in the spirit at which it was given.
We were relaxing Saturday night and
Were you?
trying to pick a movie, and The Page Master was on Amazon Prime, which was one of my favorite movies growing up. And it's a cartoon. Have you guys seen The Page Master?
Yeah.
I was in college, so I never saw it. But
1994?
I remembered the movie, yeah.
Yeah. So we're just looking for something to put on. I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. Brian had never seen it. And Blake was like, oh yeah, I'm in for a new cartoon, whatever. We put it on. And freaking this girl, 10 minutes in, passed out. And Brian's sitting there watching. He's like, this movie's terrible. I was like, Blake's passed out. Brian's crapping all over it. I'm just trying to relive my childhood. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, she really is your daughter, huh? Neither of you can make it more than 8 minutes into a movie without passing out.
That's learned behavior.
Dude. But
That was also the tail end of Macaulay Culkin being cute.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Because Home Alone was 1990.
Yes.
And this was 4 years later. So he was like starting to become, he was probably 13.
Yeah, he did
You know?
Page Master, and I think Richie Rich came out at the same time. Because I remember those being on the shelves at my Blockbuster Video.
That you were employed at.
That was the tail end of him being cute. Yeah.
Yeah, but Brian's like, I've never even heard of this movie. And I like put a poll on Instagram because it's how I solve every question I have.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, there was like 56% of people had never heard of that movie.
Well, it's a huge
before.
flop.
Was it really?
Yeah, they spent a lot of
I
that
loved it.
for that time. They spent a lot of money on it, and people didn't care because they were like, "This is
it's
a
only
kids.
70 minutes.
It's a kids
short.
movie, and it's really bumming us out."
But it's not. It's about him like learning how to be brave and helping others and stuff, and not being afraid of everything.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I just remember it not doing well.
Yeah, Blake.
Yeah, I didn't really like that one when I was a kid. It wasn't
Oh, I
one that
loved
like resonated with me because I was already so brave.
Oh, you were just the bravest boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
He
couldn't
was the
care
goodest,
less.
bravest boy.
Mm-hmm.
She passed out. She's like, I don't care about this.
Well, we started watching King of the Hill because I'm like, what's a cartoon that's not The Simpsons that we could watch and my, first grader might dig? And so I go, oh, King of the Hill. Because I hadn't seen it in a long time. Boy, did I forget what a bummer King of the Hill is.
It's a dry,
It's
slow
super
show.
dry,
Yeah.
super slow. She liked it, but Gwen and I were like, we got to turn this off. Like,
Right.
there were like real themes on King of the Hill. I'm like, I remember this being a more slapsticky show. Maybe
No,
I
it's
just,
not really slapsticky at all.
I guess
Like,
I misremembered
it's like
it because they're bringing it
Peggy
back.
going to craft contests and stuff like that. Like it's really, really rooted. It never got
Silly.
silly.
Well, I
Like,
did.
and it didn't get slapsticky.
All I remembered was you had to go a couple seasons in. And so I started us at like the third season. And it was like the one where like John Peppercorn is telling Bobby about the white man's rape of the
Yeah.
Indian lands
Yeah.
or something. I'm like,
That's King of the Hill.
Yeah, I
which
was
is
like,
so funny
holy
because
cow.
it's such a popular show, and there's so many people that love that show, and a lot of the themes just go right over their head. They're just like the way Hank Hill thinks, and because Hank is a really level-headed guy,
Right.
but they do bring some heavy topics on that show.
They really did.
That's
Because,
Mike Judge, I mean,
no, I understand, but it was still a cartoon. Like,
but it was
he didn't want to do Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah,
obviously. When you're
exactly.
that stupid, you want to go the other way. But I guess I just misremembered it as being a jauntier show. And after about and Nora's like, oh, I like this. I go, okay. I said, but I can't stand it anymore. I gotta put something else on. We gotta watch a show with videos of people getting like hit in the nuts with a cat or something because this
With
thing
a
is
cat?
well, like AFV. She's a sucker for those old AFV episodes,
Yeah.
And I get real annoying because on those really old ones, I like to tell her, I go, that baby is in college now.
You seem like a treat to be.
I'm a lot of fun. I'm Captain Fun. What are you talking about?
It seems like
It's a way for her to learn about the passage of time. I go, hey, this
I don't think she needs to.
there's a time. Yes, she does. There's a time stamp in the lower corner of these old videos, the Tom Bergeron era, right? And it'd be a thing in there. It'd be a baby in a tub or something in 1990. And I go, this person is in their early 30s now. Or, hey, this kid is your brother's age. Or, Now, do I think she cares? No.
Not at all.
But at least I'm adding some context to otherwise, oh, look, he got pudding in his hair. That's how I can stand it and not pull all my hair out.
I don't know if I've already said this or not, but
I'm sure you have.
I probably have. I've gotten to the point where, because I'm from Berea, so if I'm driving Blake around, like I had her all day and night on Saturday.
You're from Berea?
I am. Have I never mentioned that? That was actually what I was getting at. Blake's birthday is this Friday, and I'm out of town. So I took her all day Saturday, and we had like a girls' day. We went shopping. We got our nails done. We went to dinner. We did the whole thing. But I'm at the point, and I didn't see it coming, where like we're driving around Berea and I'm pointing things out to her and I sound like such an old lady because I'm like, that used to be a Burger King and my friend Sarah got her first job there.
Why are you doing that?
It just comes out. I can't help it. And I'm like telling her, and she could not care less about the things I have to say, where I'll be like driving to in downtown Berea.
You're trying to give her a little bit of background from future Mommy Mayor.
Dude.
A little background about you. A little one-on-one time, and you're like, oh, there's that. But there's no resonance for her whatsoever.
No. Like,
She's like, I've been around for 7 years, bro. I don't even know what's going on around here.
I don't think she ever met my dad. And so, like, we're in downtown Berea, and I point out Dick's Bakery, which is still there. And I was like, oh, that's a really good place to get, it was closed, though. So I was like, that's a really good place to get, like, cupcakes and cookies. And that was actually my dad's favorite spot to go get cupcakes. And I'm like,
you're giving her history on a guy she's never met before.
But I'm like,
you might as well say that was where Winston Churchill gave a speech about.
Well, but I'm also like, when did this happen? Like, does this happen to all parents where you're just driving and sharing useless information?
No, I don't do that with my own kid. I don't go, hey, that's where
you
I
have
used
the history that Mary has around
No, but
here.
you do it to a certain degree where you're like, hey, that kid's 35 now, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
I went out to dinner with Grandma and my girlfriend on Saturday, and we went to Strongsville, and Grandma used to own a house in Strongsville, and we were at a place right near it. And she's like, oh, after dinner, I'll show you where my old house was. And I'm like, okay. And we drive over there, and she points at this house, and she goes, that's it right there, that big yellow one. And then she goes, wait a second, that's not it.
Oh, she remembers.
It was like 2 houses down. She's like, oh, I remember it being bigger.
This is the worst travel lesson ever.
She's like, where the hell did that house come from? I've never seen that house before.
Right.
I'm like, oh, here. Dementia showing.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I'm doing that with the videotape on that show, but I'm not doing it with like.
Everywhere we go, because like
I think that because of the way you describe it, I think there's a part of me that may have specifically not done that because like if I'm going to see my family or something, I'm never like, oh, that's where we used to blah, blah.
Just wait until you drive by Oak Tree with your daughter in the car. You will absolutely, without even thinking about it, be like, that's where we used to do radio.
Yes.
You will do it.
No, we've already done it, and I haven't done it.
I don't know that you're doing a bad job.
No, she will remember the building with the green light at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She might say something, but I'm not going to say something.
Yeah, we went, we got our nails done in Rocky River. And we drove past my old apartment, and I was like, oh, that's where I used to live. She had been to that apartment like 2 or 3 times. I was like, do you remember when I lived there? She was like, kind of. I remember there being a lot of stairs. And I was like, yeah, it was up on the 3rd floor, like a 3rd floor walk up. And what's so funny is you can tell the stories that Brian has told and the things that he's held on to. Because I was like, do you remember coming to that one? And she goes, is that the place where my daddy's car got crashed? Is that like a tree branch fell in his car there?
Yeah, it sure is, honey. It's
I'm like, yep, that's probably all he talked about for a month was the fact that his car got totaled.
That's where my car got wrecked, honey.
Right.
Don't ever go over there. It's a vortex of pain and confusion. I got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192 is how you do that. You can listen to us wherever you